right, guys, let's get a look at this 1980 Chevy Malibu. This one is a pretty rare bird. You know, these cars are really, really hard to find, especially in this type of shape. This one came with a ton of options right out of the factory. I still got the window sticker. We'll get this part out of the way right now for you guys. Like I said, factory 50. Shut this thing off, take a look in the trunk. Factory spare tire, jack. All the mats are still there. Check out the deck lid. All right, so let's get into it. This is a gorgeous Survivor 1980 Chevy Malibu. 36,000 one owner miles on this car. Again, I have the original window sticker. This car came loaded. Came factory with the power antenna. This antenna doesn't work. I think it's just it's disconnected down there, so maybe it just runs or whatnot. You don't need it to run the radio, but that antenna does not work. Factory power antenna car, factory V8 car, factory bucket seat car, factory sports suspension car. Let's check out the dashboard. Check out the wood grain. The bread box is excellent. Console lid is excellent. The headliner. If there's an interior flaw, it's right here. There's the smallest crack, and that's very repairable. I've got the rubber mats in, but you guys have an idea of what the carpet looks like. Absolutely gorgeous. Back seats. Check out the package tray back there. Just a beautiful example of a Malibu. Nothing but that's just the little surface where the paint is rubbed off. They did a good job protecting this car with undercoat. From what I can tell, the car has had some paint work at some point in its life. Where was it? It's really hard to say. If you know these cars, you know the factory paint jobs weren't great, but it looks like a little bit of run right there. And then I did find, which this wouldn't have happened in the factory, a little bit of overspray right there. But other than that, there's nothing I can see that leads to this not being a mostly original paint car. It is not a perfect paint car. It's got little things like this. But I mean, that's really the extent of what I can point out for you. Chips. But the bright work. Look at the chrome. Look at the headlight bezels, the grille, even the Chevy emblem. Wheels. Brand new Cooper Cobras. You guys know me, I won't ride around on old tires. And I am a fan of original. Could have thrown a set of Corvette rallies on here. You know, that's what everybody likes to do. But this is how this car left the factory, and this is the way I like to see them. There's also just a little overspray there on this chrome. Again, nothing to hide. That is kind of gonna be it for this video, guys. We'll test drive it, throw it up on the lift. A 1980 Chevy Malibu. All right, so I'm just picking this car up from detail. Honestly, haven't made my mind up if I'm gonna let this thing go or not. But as you can see, odometer is working, just turned 35,025. Speedo's working, gas gauge works, temp gauge works, oil pressure, voltage. The RPMs don't work, but the clock amazingly does. This car has no shakes, rattles, rolls, nothing that's unexpected. Turn signals all work. The indicator for the right turn signal does not work in the car. The left one does, but as you can hear, they are blinking just fine and at the correct speed. This has been verified outside of the car as well. But for a quick second, we had our RPM gauge. I guess she does work. It just reads really low at idle. This thing idles way down. That's probably off a bit, but yeah, it works. So there we go. 1980 Chevy Malibu. I'll patch this in real quick. There is an antenna booster down here. It's currently not on, but it actually works. The radio works as well. All right, let's get a quick look up underneath this 1980 Chevy Malibu. Super solid car, as you can see in the rockers. This car has been undercoated. I am not a fan of undercoating just because it always looks like crud when it gets old, but with that being said, it's saved a ton of cars. I've seen it ruin a few too, but it's definitely saved a ton of cars. Frame extensions, absolutely perfect. I say just crusty. This car sat in a barn forever. As you can see, there's no rot, no rust in the floors, just crusty looking undercoating. It's starting to flake. I started rubbing spots off and it was just getting in my eyes, so I backed up from that. But perfect floors, perfect frame extensions, ugly undercoating. 1980 Chevy Malibu.